What's poppin'? It is your boy Scubar, coach of the Jellicent Jams, here with Season 1, Week 1 of the Beast Ball Dynasty Draft League. It's a Regulation G plus Mythical Draft Leagues where we're going to be, where we have contract points to hold Mons for a couple seasons. The Jellicent Jams have already signed Urshifu Single Strike to a 2-season contract. The Jellicent Jams this season consist of our restricted being Lunala, and we also got Urshifu Single Strike, Ursaluna, Diancie, Salamence, Blastoise, Magmortar, Scizor, Toxtricity, and Meganium. This week, Week 1, we are up against Coach Purple and the New Orleans Noiverns with a team of Iron Boulder, Roaring Moon, Manaphy, Electivire, Ogerpon, Blaziken, Corviknight, Hisuian Zoroark, Slowbro Galar, and Venomoth. So first things first, as we're looking here and everything, you can see I'm bringing Lunala this week, Ursaluna, Urshifu, Diancie, Blastoise, and Toxtricity. This week he's got the Hisuian Zoroark, Manaphy, Slowbro Galar, Ogerpon, Corviknight, and Blaziken. So I predicted 4 out of these 6 mons. I didn't predict the Blaziken coming. And seeing the Slowbro here in team preview made sense. It was telling me, he's like, okay, he knows I want to go trigger him. So the one thing I am worried about with Fake Out Blastoise with Fake Out Trick Room here is him leading the Hisuian Zoroark, because the Fake Out will be immune into the Ghost type. So I'm considering here, what I'm doing is I'm seeing if I want to play that game and everything. And I'm thinking I do. I'm like, alright, let's have fun. So I lead Blastoise Lunala to get the Fake Out Trick Room off, and then just start dealing damage with Lunala in with Toxtricity and Urshifu in the back. Urshifu's just going to be great coverage. And then Toxtricity is specifically here for Corviknight and Manaphy, because I built the first 5 mons on this team, and then I was like, how do I beat Corviknight? So I added Toxtricity. Leads here are Manaphy, Slowbro Galar versus Blastoise and Lunala. I need to make a habit of people put your restricteds all the way on the left, because having Lunala in the closer camera corner here, like, you can't see Manaphy at all, and this is the one we want to see the restricted. So I'm predicting here that if one of them is the Hisuian Zoroark, it's the Manaphy. He's got that in the back. So that's why I fake out the Slowbro. But then hindsight 2020, it also could have been the Slowbro to take the Moongeist Beam, because it would have been immune to do the normal types. Fake out goes off, so the Slowbro is Slowbro. And then the Tail Glow from Manaphy tells me that that's actually Manaphy as well. So Hisuian Zoroark's not on the field. But because it's just a Tail Glow, I get the Trick Room off for free. And I'm like, alright, nice. And even though Manaphy is a mythical, when you look it up on Cerebi, it wants the Tail Glow, and that's obvious. So that's why we're running Haze on Blastoise this week. So that's absolutely what I do here. I'm just like, let's Haze to remove that +3. And then I'm curious about what Slowbro wants to do, because it's clearly I can just take it out with the Moongeist Beam, so that's why I just Moongeist Beam into Manaphy, start getting some good damage off. I love the quick draw, quick call combo from Slowbro, classic. And this is a good thing I didn't Moongeist Beam into the Slowbro here, because he reveals the Terra Dark, which is good to know and everything. And now seeing that, I can Terra Fairy next turn. Haze comes out, Tail Glow is removed, which is awesome. And then Spell Tag, Moongeist Beam, 252 Quiet does a respectable, great chunk into Manaphy and everything, revealing the Citrus Berry, which is cool. And then also the tech of Shadow Ball, which, even though I got the Shadow Shield up, look at the Shadow Shield coming into play right there. Thank God we ran Haze. We got huge value out of Haze, removing the Tail Glow. And then this, I should have just expected this. The Slowbro just reverses Trick Room, and I'm like, oh. Right. Makes sense. So, anyways, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm just like, well, now we can just start. I'm like, I don't necessarily need to muddy water versus these two. I'm like, but instead I can just start life doing, and I'll try to get Trick Room back up again, so at least I have one more turn of being fast of being like ahead of the Manaphy and at least this well, at least what I thought is a Slowbro, but oh, and I'll reveal the Terra Fairy here. Even though yes, the Slowbro is a poison type, I'd much rather be taking ×2 Sludge Bombs rather than ×4 Shadow Balls or Terra Darks from this Slowbro. So hello beauty. Hello Terra Fairy Lunala. Shadow Ball comes out, so this is exactly why we Terra Fairy, because we just take that absolutely. The Life Dew comes out from Blastoise. Huge value. Even Blastoise has been full and everything. Look at the damage, or that damage healed off. And then I should have just expected this from the Slowbro. This makes sense. He's just imprisoned Trick Room. So he imprisons a Trick Room, and I'm like, that's smart. I'm like, alright. And I'm like, do I necessarily need Trick Room here? I'm like, no. I'm like, but just KO the Slowbro. I'm like, then I get Trick Room up. And then we're a lot better and everything. So he goes for the Tail Glow here and everything. Trying to get it back off and everything. But I actually Moongeist. Oh, I Moongeist Beam into the Manaphy because the Manaphy is just the bigger threat, as you can see with the Tail Glow right there. And maybe since I'm Terra Fairy, he's gonna try to do something to protect his Terra Dark now. But that's not the case. I just get another Life Dew off. Huge value from Blastoise and everything. Like I said, I saw someone in another Regulation G draft league with the Blastoise and put in work. So the Sludge Bomb comes out and everything. And the Life Dew, as you can see, I was 3 HP off from getting my Shadow Shield up, which is just a little unfortunate because since the poisoning comes out here, I could have had more HP to take from the poison damage, but it's not the end of the world. Anyway, so out comes the Ogerpon here. Don't know what item it is yet, because this is the one that can hold the item, and I just was like, alright, he wants to Ivy Cudgel my Blastoise, it's clear as day. And then just Sludge Bomb again my Lunala. And I'm like, Lunala, we can try to get a Trick Room off again once Slowbro, if you're alive again, but otherwise, you've done your job. So I've got the Grass Resist in the back with the Toxtricity. So that comes out to take the Ivy Cudgel. And then I'm like, and then if Lunala lives, we're just gonna Moonblast into the Slowbro. So that's exactly what happened. The Ivy Cudgel comes out, and because he didn't target the Lunala, I get my Terra Fairy Moonblast off into the Slowbro, and that's just takes it right out and everything. So don't have to see another Sludge Bomb out of that. And now I'm up 2-0 with my restricted still. And out so comes the last one is the Corviknight. So now I'm feeling really good with having Toxtricity out here because I have the Sludge Bomb to hit the Ogerpon, and I have the Electric type moves, Overdrive or Thunderbolt, to hit the Corviknight. So I'm just like, alright, I'm like, if I'm Lunala's low HP, I'm like one Ivy Cudgel or Brave Bird, or just like a Steel type move, absolutely from Corviknight. Anything just takes out Lunala here. So I'm like, so if it survives, I'm like, we'll just get up the Trick Room as a last turn Hail Mary. Otherwise, I just, if I can get it down to a 1v1, I'm like, Urshifu and Blastoise can clean up. And I'm like, so let's eliminate the Ogerpon first. So the Corviknight, because it can't Terra, I'm like, so then that way my Overdrives are single turn, or single target. First of all, he's got the Protect over the Spiky Shield, which I found interesting and everything. But the Protect's not the end of the world for the Sludge Bomb. He goes for the Tailwind, and I like it if you knocked out my Lunala here, because the imprisoned Slowbro was gone, I'm free to Trick Room now, so now you've Tailwind into my Trick Room, and besides being up 4-0 and everything, I feel like that pretty much just seals the deal here and everything. Can't Terra and everything, so I know what moves to hit you with. Anyways, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, alright, let's just start, I'm like, let's just start doing damage now that we're in Trick Room. I think I was banking on a Moongeist Beam and an Overdrive taking out Ogerpon, which is why I went for this play. Here we go. See the overdrive come out. There's a huge chunk in the Corviknight. I love seeing Corviknight just take that much damage. And the Moongeist Beam comes out. Such a good play motion. And the Ogerpon just barely lives on 1 HP. I don't know if this means he's like a Iron Defense body press set and everything, or if he's a if he just doesn't have the Steel type move because he went for the Brave Bird and everything. But he just doubles up into my Toxtricity to take it out because he knows my Lunala is gonna faint this turn to Poison here. Yeah, and oh, and it reveals the knockoff onto the Ogerpon, which is good to know. So it's Ivy Cudgel, Protect instead of Spiky Shield, Knockoff, and then presumably the last move being Follow Me. So Trick Room's up and everything, and he's got the Tailwind up, so I know my two Mons, which are trained to be in Trick Room, are definitely faster. I send out Blastoise and Urshifu versus Ogerpon and Corviknight. I don't want him protecting my Fake Out and just stalling this out longer, so that's why I go for the Fake Out onto the Corviknight, and because I know it's not Cobra Cloak. And this you see exactly what they do. They protect with the Ogerpon. Fake Out comes out to stop the Corviknight, and then I use Urshifu's broken ability, Wicked Blow, to just go right through the Protect. And from here, reveal the Life Orb, but that's fine and everything. Corviknight benches, and from here this is looking like a little bit of a GG. For game 1 at least, pretty much wrapped up. I still got plenty of turns of Tailwind and Trick Room, so I think I just Muddy Water, Wicked Blow. Huge value out of Blastoise this first match and everything. We got value out of all 4 moves: Fake Out, Muddy Water, Haze, and Life Dew and everything. Didn't necessarily need to use the eject button, that's fine. Yeah, Life Orb was cool. Lunala just needed that either that little bit more damage, which, I mean, I'm 252 plus, so I mean, I guess it'd have to come from an item. Or I run Leftovers, because if I'd been running Leftovers, then I would have had enough HP to get my Shadow Shield back before that Sludge Bomb that poisoned me. But either way, good game to my opponent here. And if I didn't say it already before, good luck, have fun in the series and everything, even though I mean, it already happened, but I always message them on Discord too beforehand. And I'm just thinking about what I want to do to change here for game 2. Do I need to bring Ursaluna? Do I need to bring Diancie? I was worried about Taunt this week because Hisuian Zoroark gets Taunt, and anything on lead could Taunt because anything on lead could be Hisuian Zoroark. So that's why we're Mental Herb with Trick Room, Diamond Storm, Play Rough, and then Encore. Figured Encore could be cool, like if he protects and everything, kind of deal while I'm in Trick Room. Your Ursaluna's your standard. Ursaluna said Flame Orb, Guts, Facade, Headlong Rush, Super Slam, or what's it called? The electric type move, Supercell Slam, just to hit Corviknight, which you can see. I was like, he's gonna be bringing Corviknight because I only have so many limited ways to deal with it. And then Protect and everything. But now I'm just, I'm pretty confident with the first 4 that I led and everything, game 1 and everything. I'm confident with my lead, so I run it back. I make the change this time to put Lunala first. So Lunala's on the far side and everything, so we'll actually be able to see all the Mons this time and everything. And yeah, we're just getting ready into game 2 here. Good luck, have fun to, Coach Purple. Just going to game 2 here. He leads off with the Slowbro, Galar, and the Ogerpon versus my lead from last time, Lunala Blastoise. And just look how much better that looks and everything. You can see Slowbro. Yeah, so I'm like, alright, again, same thing, one of these could be the Hisuian Zoroark. And I'm just like, and I'm like, this time I think it might be the Slowbro, because I faked out into the Slowbro last time. And, again for the Moongeist Beam. So I'm like, so this way, I'm like, if the Ogerpon doesn't protect and everything, I'm like, Slowbro just wants to imprison Trick Room, so let's get the Will-O-Wisp off, because it'll flinch and everything. Or at least I thought it would flinch, but the fake out here into the Ogerpon reveals that it's Covert Mode. But it's fine, because they actually follow me. They get the Imprison off, which is not the end of the world, because they don't necessarily need it to Trick Room to win. Especially since I got the burn off on the Ogerpon, so now that thing's damage is just cut in half, and Blastoise is feeling a lot safer here. So I'm like, alright, I'm like, now I'm just like, I guess we just go on the offense and everything, so I could start life doing, and if he doesn't follow me, or he's either going to Terra here, and first of all, the Imprison reveals that again, it's not the Hisuian Zoroark. So again, he brought the Hisuian Zoroark, which would have worked, given me problems on leads here with my fake out. But he didn't bring it either match. Interesting. So they knock off my spell tag. It's annoying. But no Terra Dark out here from the Slowbro. So the Moongeist Beam, even without the spell tag, is a one-hit KO. So this is definitely what I'm just thinking, like, you know, well, I guess leftovers wouldn't matter here. But yeah, I get Life Dew off, and because of the burn with Shadow Shield, I am back to full HP, which means my Shadow Shield is reactivated, and I kind of like I low-key I love this strategy already. Life Dew, Shadow Shield, just constantly just keep taking hits and then going back up. Yeah. This burned Ogerpon is not a threat anymore. And to my surprise, they bring out Blaziken now. And I'm like, well, now that's just very interesting because I'm just going to Trick Room. And Blaziken's known for speed boost and everything, for wanting to go fast. And I'm just like, and again, I'm just like, what's a Blaziken going to do here versus my Blastoise and Lunala? So, anyways, yeah, I'm just like, we'll just Muddy Water just in case he doesn't Terra. But he does Terra here onto the Blaziken. Terra Water, which, I mean, I guess is a good, you know, defensive Terra type for it. I'm not sure what value it gets in here besides the water resist. But anyway, so they go through the Flare Blitz. Breaks my Shadow Shield, it's fine. So it does a good chunk of damage and everything. That hurts, you know. Life Orb Blaziken, I'm sure it's 252 Adamant. Yeah, Ivy Cudgel comes out. But Blastoise is just a tank. He's got that bulk. And, oh, I actually get to use the eject button here, yeah. And with the burn and everything, Blastoise hops on out. And knowing I get the Trick Room up for free right now, I'm debating on which one of my attackers I want to go into. And I just decide, you know what, I'm like, Urshifu needs some stats and everything. Let's get Urshifu up on the board while I Trick Room up now first. And, yeah, so both of them are pretty frail and everything, so I feel good just firing away attacks into both of them right now. Again, I'm not worried about the Ogerpon with it being burned right now, so I'm just sitting right here. I'm thinking my time. I'm like, all right, if he does decide to play around protects, I'm like, how does this turn go and everything. So, because Urshifu, this is the reason I signed it for 2 seasons, is just because of its ability, Unseen Fist, to absolutely go right through attacks. It's just completely breaks the rules of competitive Pokemon. So, I just decide here as the turn, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna Moongeist Beam and Wicked Blow into the Blaziken, because if it's gonna go into the Ogerpon, he's gonna have to follow me, which is that's fine. And if he protects, then I still get the Wicked Blow KO into the Blaziken. But no protects, no follow me's, no and I don't need to Terra, so the Moongeist Beam is just picks up the KO onto the Blaziken. Out comes the Wicked Blow here. Again, Ogerpon just barely living these attacks and everything. Ogerpon showing that bulk. The Ivy Cudgel comes out into my Lunala. Does nothing and everything. The burn, again, just the Will-O-Wisp. Turn 1 was so clutch. And I love how Lunala can be both so offensive and support at the same time, like Trick Room and then either Wide Guard or Will-O-Wisp plus Moongeist Beam and coverage moves, or I can even drop the support moves for more offense, or even like Calm Mind. I'm really excited to use Lunala this season. Anyways, the Manaphy comes out here, last mon, and he's already Terra, so I don't need to worry about Terra. No protects. Just Moongeist Beam comes out into the Ogerpon, takes out the Ogerpon. Lunala just racking up them KOs here, showing how valuable the tricks are. And then Urshifu, same thing. Wicked Blow, huge damage into the Manaphy. Citrus Berry comes out and everything. And here the Manaphy reveals even more coverage. Great prep from Oatmeal, or not Oatmeal, Purple, excuse me, with the Dazzling Gleam to one-hit KO my Urshifu 4 times on move. And that is what I've realized is the weakness is going to be of this team, is just how many 4 times weaknesses I have. Because, like, Ghost and Dark with Lunala, Fairy with Urshifu, Steel with Diancie, Fire with Scizor, Ice with Salamence. Like, I was just like, oh, Ground with Toxtricity. I was like, wow, I was like, this is just going on and everything. So, yeah, anyways, to finish up this game here and everything, I just have Toxtricity come out, knowing it can't, like, Terra Grass AV is purely what this thing's for. An Overdrive, single target, should just one-hit KO, super effective. And if not, I still have Lunala. And we take game 2, 3-0, to take the set 2-0 versus Coach Purple. So GG's to the New Orleans Noiverns. Yeah, Lunala just showing the value of being restricted, and we got huge value out of Blastoise. So I'm pretty happy with how that week 1 goes and everything. This is an 8-week season, and then it's a top 10 out of 20 players go into playoffs. So yeah, obviously we're aiming for playoffs. Next week we are up against a new coach, Mr. TJP of the Bundle Montreal, with Chi-Yu, Iron Bundle, Chien-Pao, Klefki, Basque Legion, Male, Overquill, Florges, Luxray, Victory Bell, and Deoxys Attack. So, yeah, that'll be an interesting team to prep for. GG's to Coach Oatmeal. Excited to kick off the Dynasty season here at Beast Ball. I'm looking forward to how this new league goes. Yeah, and we'll catch y'all next week for week 2. Scubar and the Jellicent Jams. Over and out.